Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all over the world. Dobson777a here. I thought we ought to do a quick update because the doggone market for at least our metals and everything, good golly, Miss Molly, did they get hurt today? So I was looking at the precious metals. At least on the ETF, gold ETF was down 5.37, platinum was down 5.4. Silver was down 13.6%. When I looked at our miners, the ETF miners were down 8.6%. The improved portfolio was down 6.7%. John's portfolio was down 4.3%, and mine was down 4.6%. So there's something to be said about the way John's portfolio has a lot less volatility. But man, I'll tell you, this was a spanking. So I thought, hey, Edgewater Heating, I thought this would be a good time to kind of come in here and just kind of catch everybody. Hey, Greg Steinberg. So there's, it's really interesting though. Again, I try to help everybody to do, more of the physicals, and then, more gold and less silver and that kind of stuff. And then it will kind of soften the blow because in this case, silver was down almost 3 times as much as gold and platinum. So that was a good choice having the 80% of the gold and platinum and only 20% of the silver. But we'll see. I kind of like the way it jumped up, but it, went up pretty far, pretty fast. So later in the week, I'll run my charts and see if we're running back into the channel. Because remember, when I shot out of the channel, I told you that just didn't seem like that's what they wanted. So here we go. Profit taking, folks. No, I don't think it's shorting. I think this is just natural profit taking. But here's the other thing. They were thinking, I'll tell you what I think the real story is. They were thinking there was going to be another stimulus. Well, the Congress could not come up with a stimulus, so Trump put together an executive order, and that executive order is not actually providing a stimulus because it has to be paid back. So right now they're just allowing, I think it's the quick read that I did. I didn't do deep research, but I think what they did was they just said, we're going to cut some of the taxes for today, but apparently it's got to be caught up maybe at tax time. So it's not he doesn't have the capability to, change tax law, but he can delay or, that kind of stuff. And I think that's what he's done here to try to keep stimulating the economy. So that's not something that puts more money into like printing. It's not a printing thing. So that's why gold and silver are waiting until they get together and actually do an actual, stimulus through the budget. Man, something's biting me. But anyways, that's what I think is what's going. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Russian vaccine launch. I think it's because we didn't actually spend a bunch of money, so the dollar is increasing. Hey, witness. Oh, man, I tell you, I'm down like 40 pounds now. I finally broke down into 195. Yeah, no, actually, I haven't been doing a lot of exercise. I just changed the way I eat. I actually am eating a lot of my vegetables. I love summertime because I have all these vegetables. I just pulled a cantaloupe out of my garden. I screwed up. I had a bunch of cantaloupes in there and they rotted because I didn't think they were ready. And so when I went to pick them, it's like, they were nasty. So I got one cantaloupe out of that batch. There's a couple other smaller ones coming, but the secret in gardening is get out there and pull that stuff because if you pull it, it'll actually create more fruit. So I need to throw some 7 in the bed because something was boring in there and eating it. Balabolo, OatMMC, Mr. Action 1. I already said the witness. So yeah, pretty good smackdown today. I'll read the numbers again since we got more people on here. So gold was down 5.4, platinum was down 5.4, silver was down 13.6, and the ETF miners was down 8.6. Improved portfolio was down 6.9. John's portfolio was down 4.26, and mine was down 4.56. So it kind of shows the stability of these higher quality things that John's holding. Remember, mine is kind of spiced up like the improved portfolio too, but I still, because I've only put a small amount of those highly speculative things that I had in the improved portfolio, I've got mainly mainly John's portfolio and maybe about 10% of something else. So do I think it's going to go $20 an ounce? I don't know. I have no idea. We got to look at what's going to happen with the manufacturing side. If manufacturing side's going back to shutdown, then remember there's like 70 to 80% of silver is manufacturing or industrial, we call it. So that would mean that that you potentially could see spot go down if they're not going to be using as much. What is eating me? I can feel it. Dang it. I went out there and mowed the lawn real quick. We've been getting a lot of rain in the afternoon, and so you have to wait till the afternoon for it to dry out to even try to mow. So today we didn't have rain, and so it had all day. So I kind of run out there just before the sun sets, and I was able to get the backyard, which for some reason that grass grows way taller than whatever I have in the front. So I've got to, we'll see what happens. We've been in a little bit of a drought, and all of a sudden we started getting rain. I'm trying to get my garden cleaned up. I got one of my contractors. I'm trying to get him over here because it's a lot of work by myself. I did want to say I appreciate whoever, somebody sent their sister to me to call me today. And she was really sweet, just a little older than what I'm dating right now. Very sweet. So, what the heck, right? I'll talk to anybody. I'm pretty easy talking to. I got some really sweet ladies that I'm moving into date number 2 now. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Last year, remember, the precious metals burned all the way through the end of August, I think it was. And then everything had like a droop down till the second week of December, and then it went off again. So we still have, 2/3 of this month if it follows like it did last year. That'll be really interesting because that potentially could put us into 30 at least for silver. And I don't know, man. Gold. Let me just tell you what happened because it was quite impressive. So gold was all the way up to 2020 at the beginning of the day, and it's currently at 1919. So it lost $100. Silver started the day at 29, and it's sitting at 25.2, so it lost like $4. That's an incredible drop. Platinum started the day at roughly 980, and it's at 926 right now. So that's a big changes. Platinum was bouncing up on 1,000 again, which would have been good for my SBSW, Sabine Stillwater. I like to see that. Sorry, I keep scratching my back, but something's eating me. No, DW, I hadn't done my chart. I'm going to do an actual video later in the week. I've just been really busy. I've been working on a serious relationship here. It takes a lot of work. It's worth it though. Things are starting to come together. I can see it, but it's hard work. I don't know how I could do this without being retired, truthfully. So what do you think? Deborah E. If you guys, I hope the people with silver aren't getting too upset because that was a massive drop today. 13.6, I forget what I said. it helps to have a balanced portfolio. That's what I learned a long time ago. So you kind of smooth things out. You ride right up in the middle, where silver is kind of like banging the rails. It kind of gets there too, but it's much harder to, if all of a sudden you get in trouble and you got to sell some of your assets, you'd rather have that thing that's riding up the middle versus like your silver's down here and you got to liquidate. That would suck, right? So I think there's something to be said about, like I said, the lower volatility approach. Chung Choi, Josh Matthews. I wish I could make that part a little bigger. It's hard to see. I haven't even really been following the news that much. It's been some other stuff going on. I've actually been kind of purging the house a little bit, really cluttered. I did my basement a little bit the other day. I cleaned off a couple benches, and I've cleaned out some of the shelving units. And so now I'm trying to get it organized and looking presentable. Well, that's the thing. What happened recently was Trump just delayed paying taxes. They didn't print any money, so we've got to wait until we see them, throwing some more zeros out there. So Chung Choi, I can never predict when to buy and sell. All I can tell you is back in March, I had a gut feeling when that thing had dropped down to the bottom of my line. Remember, it was on my pitchfork chart. And I said, this seems to be kind of a protected area here. And this is probably a good buying point, but I had no idea. It could have fallen right through that chart and kept going. It's just, you have to kind of weigh the risk for yourself. Now, I would hope that you already got the majority of your positions much earlier, like last year when I was hoping everybody was doing. But right now, if we went and looked at the premiums on silver, I bet you they're absolutely sky high. I mean, the other day when we were looking, it was like 30 to 50%. We got 33 people checking in. Yeah, I was surprised. I made a note for you guys earlier in the day, and I think silver ended up being down twice as much as the early in the day of thing. It just kind of all day, it just kept dropping. I just banged my stitches. That didn't feel good. Pin shot. So do you think they'll make us pay the taxes, or are we just full money printer? I think it's full money printing. They don't have any way out of this. The Fed is likely got to go negative interest rate, but they're kind of waiting for everybody else to do it first. They don't want to be the first to do it. This is a big time 3D chess game they're playing. Oh man, sorry. Ugh. I got some yawnies. That's one of the reasons why I'm not staying up late doing the videos. It's trying to keep my rest going. Moving money into Glint. I don't know what that is. Is that a thing where they store, or they you just put money in and then they throw an ounce of gold in your thing or something? Yeah, man. You got $100 cheaper, so if you go buy 2 of them, I just can't guarantee this is the bottom. It's always kind of, you're hoping that it finds a bottom, but it could be a nice discount for you. We got 33% thumbs up. I think we could do better, right? Good job, DW. Hit the thumbs up. Um, I can only guess the witness that what happened was Congress did not get their stimulus package together, and Trump just did a delay of paying like payroll taxes or something, and so that's not printing money, and so therefore the markets kind of price in advance. So I think they've recognized that it could be weeks before they actually get another stimulus package going. And so the metals just kind of, there's other opportunities. So the money moves where it's treated best. Okay. I need a 5-hour energy drink. Should have got my water too. So anyways, I'll give you an update. I'm moving into second date now for some of the ladies this weekend. And I got a few first dates that I'm getting in during the week. I might have a couple lunch dates or something for this weekend, but I'm working on, you know, dinner dates, the nice dates for this weekend. So it's working out really well. Yeah, I'm actually traveling to some far reaches of the state to meet a couple people that seem like good prospects, but it's one of those things that the closer they are, they get a higher priority. Yeah, actually, there's one lady who's into real estate, and she calls me all the time asking me questions, and she's a really high priority for me right now. She's really sharp, and I think that one is a high quality, and so we're working on getting to the next level, and I can see something coming. Jim Richter's always fashionably late. I didn't put any, I apologize because normally I will try to give you a 20-minute heads up, and I haven't had a chance to do that, mostly because, well, I did a lot of cooking today. I took one of my chickens that I grew here, and I seasoned it up with, I don't know how many of you guys do like barbecue yourself, but there's this stuff called butt rub that you can get from Sam's Club, and I seasoned the outside and inside of the chicken with that. It was like 6.2-pound chicken, monster chicken. And it was a very, very tasty. And I also did some zucchini again. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't say that. I've got probably quite a few women that I stay in contact throughout the week. But it's kind of, you have to look, it's prioritization here. This is you call it like a double elimination. You know, we're all, I mean, some of them reject me too. Don't forget, I get rejected. I got rejected by 3 early on. So it's just kind of funny. You don't take it personal. It's like we're all looking for different things. Crispy King is here. I had a lady send me a picture in her, like a teddy. That was rather nice. It's like, what the heck? Kind of shocked me. I am a high school kid now. I feel like I'm 16. But I'm just letting you know things are moving along. It's a different world, though. I actually talked to a couple of women today that they were wondering, you know, how it was going with what I was doing, and I told them, you know, my progress, and they're like, I'm not getting any dates. And I said, well, look, it's all about marketing. You got to market yourself, and you got to be really active. You know, the women are on the receiving side, so you got to be super attentive when guys come your way, and just kind of do it. It's kind of interesting. So I'm counseling some of the women. I had a long conversation with a woman that was, she just wanted to get married. I was like, well, how are you going to do that? Well, I'm just going to date the first guy and we're going to get married. And I was like, so you want to be married a year or you want to be married, for 30 years? She says, well, I like the 30 year. I said, okay. So anyways, it's just kind of a funny thing. I'm not talking about my wife. I'm talking about other things here. So anyways, it's just kind of funny that people have strange understandings. But anyways, the metals took a nice little dip here. You can decide if it is something that you want to take advantage of. You might want to wait a day or so and see what it does tomorrow. You might kind of watch it overnight even, because like I said, I think it's taken a breather because we don't have another stimulus, and I haven't seen what's going on in the rest of the other countries yet, if they're doing anything similar. Yeah, no, I've actually already mentioned that there's going to be a protection of my assets that'll be slowly released over time. So what do they call that thing when you do that? It's a yeah, this is other women. Oh, yeah, no, we don't. You actually have to, because almost all the women are divorced, and so you kind of go through some of the phone conversation talking about whatever happened in your marriage and how you do things differently. Yeah, prenup, thank you. So it's one of those things that you do that, and then you say, okay, it's out of the way. We're not going to talk about it anymore, and then we kind of move on. But it's kind of a necessary thing because you're trying to understand, as much as you can, how, especially some people, it might be really soon and they may need more time. There's a lot of widowers and stuff too. Well, some people, they really liked it. I liked being married. I have to admit, I did. I liked being married. I like coming home, having somebody here. And some people, it's really tough when the other person dies or just abruptly leaves. That leaves a big vacuum. So even though I'm not like dating every night, I have people calling me and we're texting and whatever, and it's quite a, I call it like my harem, trying to keep them happy. Yeah, that it is funny. There's a lot of women, they don't cook anymore. Oh my God, some guy married a pregnant woman. That's amazing. Well, that was a joke. Okay. Man, wouldn't that be something though? I mean, some of these women are like in their 30s trying to chase me, and I'm like, I'm actually more comfortable in like the 45 to 55 range. So that's what I'm dating at. You get propositioned all over the country. You never met them, and they're like, "I'll just move over right now. It'll be fine." Like, get away from me. Kenny Rogers, huh? I worry about the younger women as really having like anything in common. I mean, you think about the music is going to be different. You think about a lot of the shows that you grew up and even movies. There's a lot of things that are difficult to kind of overcome. So I don't know how that'll be, but you know what? I don't really have that Dobson money. The wife has taken half of it. So all I got is I'll be comfortable. I'm hoping I'll still be able to stay here, and down the road, who knows? I might find me a sugar mama, help out a little bit. A lot of women do not believe that I'm 60. They would argue I'm lower than 50 now. So, and I'm telling you, the Asian and the Latino women are really digging me. Yeah, I would argue I just had a long conversation with a woman, same thing. She just thought, get on this dating thing. The first guy comes along, they'd get married. And I go, well, you might be able to do that, but you really got to get to know people. Well, I don't want to spend all that time. I said, well, so instant gratification versus delayed gratification, big difference. So we talked like an hour, and I think I kind of got her moving in the right direction. I should be charging for this. Yeah, the Cuban women, Filipinos, even South Korean. I have a lot of what I'm going to do if, once I feel like I've really understand this really well, I'm going to do a video specifically for the guys. Cause I think I'm 99% guys watching this channel. And I don't know how many of y'all are single versus how many are married. And I probably should do a poll and we'll find out. And then what I would like to do is do a video and say, okay, here's what I did. You can try to mimic it, but it seems like it's really working, but it takes a lot of work. Oh, witness. Okay. So what is that? A poppy chula. I don't know what that means. I'll have to look it up. All right. So I'll tell you, well, let me wait. I don't want to do that yet. I don't want to tell what I'm doing. I want to wait until I finally got the right one, and then I might even bring her on and we'll talk and make it all part of the video. I think it'll be because I want her to explain how she reacted, to how I did things as well. Krispy Kreme is single. How old are you? That's another thing. So 53 for Richard, 48 years. Yeah, I thought I was going to be married 48 years. Surprised me. Yeah, I've heard Ukraine has really beautiful women. What is it? I had a German woman today. That's who I was talking to. Then I had another one from UK. Yeah, I'll probably do a series on this whole thing because it's quite comprehensive. You know me, I don't do anything half-assed. So the thing that I did is quite interesting. And I'll kind of give you the recipe. Oh, 25 years old. Okay. I'll tell you, the things I'm doing are more for the more experienced guys. So people that are 50s or so will probably benefit the most from this. I got a bite right here too. I can see something going on. Oh, well. Engaged for 6 years? Good grief. That's a long engagement. He's going to be married for 6. I'm sorry, engaged for 6 and married for 1. John McAfee. It's kind of it's a really different world. Yeah, I heard in Georgia we have common law. I have to look it up. Let me see what it says. Common law, Georgia.
According to Georgia divorce forms and Got divorce papers online, Georgia doesn't have a common law marriage. However, Georgia does recognize common law marriages that occurred in other states.
Oh, so Georgia does not have a common law, but if you were shacked up with someone in another state that had common law and you moved here, they would recognize that one. That's really sucky. So, I don't know. I might have my mind changed, but I'm thinking this is going to be a long courtship. I want to make sure that I don't get caught up in an infatuation stage. There's a new name they call it now. It's called, God, I keep forgetting the name of that. I'll make that part of the video. Leverance, I forget what the name of it is, but they don't use the term infatuation. But so many people, that's what happens is they'll be infatuated, and infatuation can actually last longer than you think. And so you want to make sure that you have gotten through that initial where your brain is fried and it's a chemical reaction that's driving, and you want to see more difficult times, how people behave under stress and everything else. Yeah, I'm dating Christian women. I should say Christian / spiritual women, but primarily Christian. Yeah, to me, there's less variables that way. These, it takes a while to build your profile. Profile. You want to really list what you want. What is it that you're after? Because these people are going to come on there. Good grief, excuse me. Something biting me again. These people are going to come on there and they are going to, it's like a shopping list. You're going to list what you want and they're going to have their shopping list, and you're going to kind of compare notes because you're going to be looking at these other profiles. You're going to be like, okay, I did this, I did that. And some of these automatically will mesh it. They'll send it to you and say, hey, you want somebody that's loyal, you want somebody that's affectionate, you want somebody, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And this person has, 5 of the top 6 things that you listed. And so it kind of helps a little bit. The biggest problem they have is they're not real good about trying to match you with the people closest to you. Some of them are better than others because some of these are like 100 miles away or, an hour and a half. And others are like right in your backyard and you got to dig to try to find those. Yeah, it's not just credit check, it's background checks, it's all that stuff. This dang woman I talked to the other day, she said she married this guy and he ended up having 7 previous wives. The marriages were only lasting for like a year. And she did a background check, but she saw these people and thought they were all relatives, not that it was his ex-wife. So there's some stuff like that. Yeah, and like I said, I was out there mowing the lawn. Something got down in the back of my shirt. I think I finally got it out. I felt this little bitty thing, but he was getting me. Florida, we had those no-see-ums. They were nasty. We called them little jaws. Yeah, one of the ladies is a spiritual, and she does some of that stuff, this transcendental stuff and other things. So I don't know. We'll see. I've always had dreams that seem to be predictive. So yeah, I don't know that I'm not a single kind of guy. I really like women. I like being married. Like I said, if you can find the right woman, it's awesome. If you can make sure that you can somehow stay committed, that's even better. But I'm hoping this isn't going to be one of those things where it's, a year and out of here or something. Yeah, I know he does. He talks, he does really well with the dreams. I have a really hard time. So look, I'm going to tell you, earlier this year, I had a dream that I was walking down the street and remember I was telling you the grass was all grown up and I felt alone and all this stuff. And the houses seemed empty and dilapidated. And I've kind of interpreted that dream that I was heading towards a divorce. But it was after the fact. I didn't know how to interpret the dream, but after it happened, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that dream now. I just didn't realize that things were as bad as they were. You dated a great woman, then found out she had a pile. You mean she was like wealthy? Gold and silver are going nowhere but up, but they could be down for, a period of time until we get this, some more printing going. Remember, this fiat game. They're playing against all of the other fiats, so they have to kind of match their moves. If China devalues, everybody else kind of has to devalue. If European Union devalues, everybody else has to. So that's when you're going to see the biggest moves, when people are doing these stimulus things. That's what it is. I just would like them to start forgiving debt. That's what people need. So I see what you wrote, tinfoil hat debt. We need to forgive debt to get through this. Oh, pile of debt. Okay. I'm with you now. What are you barking at? There's nothing going on. I don't have any lights in there for them. Are you all right? Everything okay? You coming to visit? Okay, good boy. Sometimes they dream. My little white dog is a big time dreamer. He'll be like growling and feet moving and all kinds of stuff. Hi, baby. You're a good boy. I don't like petting with that hand, though. That hurts. All right, well, yeah, the metals are kind of, they track the money supply, right? So every time they do a stimulus, that's pumping a bunch of money in. And so that's kind of like a natural thing. That's going directly to the people. Yeah, I hope I can keep them. They're cramping my style a little bit. I need to get a dog sitter, but they're really wonderful. Gives me an excuse to get home and take care of them. I love the dogs. Most women like dogs too. Well, and that's another test, by the way. If they're not big dog lovers, that may not be the right person. Well, I don't think it's going to be one of these things where they just forgive people with credit cards. I think they would have to do both sides of it. They have to do both sides of the ledger. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair. So anyways, I just wanted this to be a quick 30-minute. We've gone 38 minutes. Any last questions before we kind of shut it down? I just wanted to, give you the update of what's going on. Yeah, if they convert to a new monetary system that's like precious metals based or something, then it would be kind of interesting if they did worldwide debt jubilee. But unfortunately, they always kind of do the countries. They do not do the individuals. So, they'll do the businesses, but the individuals are just going to say, too bad. All right, folks, thanks for the compliments, the witness. Make sure you do those thumbs up. Make sure you spread the word about this channel. At some point, I will be getting back on here and doing more detailed stuff like I have, but truthfully, everything's been moving in the right direction. So I think there really wasn't that much that needed to be done, except for telling you occasionally, hey, we're up like another 10% or something. So it's been a fantastic year so far. It wouldn't surprise me. Things kind of come down a little bit and then get back going again. So just hang in there. We're on the right side of the trade, as I've said for like a year and a half now. So just keep at it, folks. All right. So I hope everybody's treating you well. I hope you're doing well. Do the best you can. God bless.